Hey there everybody, this is Biggwiggs and welcome back to McFTB's Ultimate Potato. Let's see, in the last episode we did a bunch of stupid stuff with Thumcraft. I say stupid stuff, we just breeded a bunch of villagers and made them defend each other with golems, and that's pretty much all we did. In this episode we're doing something much more important though. So we're finally done with all the magical stuff, which means today we need to start working on the mechanical stuff. And the mechanical stuff requires power. So today's episode is going to be about power. And more specifically, it's going to be about forestry power, or basically buildcraft power, but I'm going to stick with forestry, because forestry is a little bit self-contained as far as power goes. The easiest way to make use of forestry is just use one of these engines. They are called biogas engines. Now the way biogas engines works is you have to have some sort of bio thing in here, some sort of liquid biology. That can be used with either honey or seed oil. Now this does actually make a very large amount of power, or not very large, but you're able to get lots of this power very quickly because forestry also offers automatic like farming mechanisms. So the idea is basically like a bunch of seeds or a bunch of honey, spin them up into, say, seed oil or honey, put it in here, and it makes you free power. At least that's the idea. Alright, so in order to get this liquid biology that you need for it, you actually need to use either a centrifuge, and that's how you get honey, or you can use a squeezer, and that's how you get seed oil. We're going to be focused on the squeezer because honey requires bees, and bees take a long time to set up and make automatic. Well, this doesn't! What squeezer does, it changes solid things into liquid things. Ooh. Whatever. And the only problem is that in order to, this needs power as well. So you need power to make power. Now there is such thing as an electrical engine. We do not want to use the electrical engine though, because that requires coal, and then we'd have to keep getting it running and stuff, and that's boring. I'd like to have a completely lockdown system that doesn't require extra materials. So we need another source of power from forestry, and that requires a bit of a worse engine, but it's still a very working engine. It just requires fuel itself. This is called a peat-fired engine, and all it needs is something called peat. We actually have some peat right here, but we're not going to use this peat right now, because I'm going to show you how you make peat. Peat's actually very easy to make. What you do is you craft some bog earth, right, meow, press R. The way you craft it is water bucket in the middle, sand and a plus sign, and then dirt on the sides, and that gives you 6 bog earth. Pretty nice. And you put bog earth down here, next to some water, and after a while it matures. Hold on, let me just bust it with this so my creative mode doesn't screw up. When it matures, you get a piece of dirt back, and you get some peat, which isn't that bad. Let's grab a bit of peat. Alright, we now have a bit of peat. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these bars of peat. They come out as bars too. You just smack them in there. And does it work? Oh wait, I do believe it needs a lever of some sort to activate. Yep, there we go. It makes one megajoule thing, and it should fill this up. I think we have to turn this on as well though. Actually, these things don't work too well because they require multiples, I think. Let's just get us some peat. Yep. Oh, and it's slowly starting to make seeds, or use up the seeds. And this will eventually fill up this into seed oil. Now, seed oil is actually used for a lot of things. I believe it's also used for the carpenter. I'm suddenly having zombies flashbacks. Carpenter! But this looks confusing. All this is a very fancy crafting table that requires seed oil to make a few things. It also requires water to make a few things. So I also think if you have to make a thermionic fabricator, R. No, this is just shape crafting. Wait. Nope, just shape crafting. Or I think it was impregnated casings require a carpenter with seed oil in it. So this is what you use to get into bees. If you want to get into bees, then you will have to eventually do a system sort of like this. And that's how you get seed oil. We're getting just the tiniest little itty bit of seed oil. That's all we're getting. But it's fine. Once we make enough seed oil, we can then power this bad boy, a biogas engine. In fact, let's actually set that up real quick. We just use some watercraft buildcraft pipes. Water pipes, yes, that's amazing. Let's just use, I do believe we have to use wooden ones at first. And then we'll just use some stone ones. Laters. And we'll make it go all around like that. And then pumps right into there. We'll need a basic redstone engine just to pump it out. Where is it? Am I blind? Which also requires a lever. Oh, this is a beautiful machine, don't you think? Now, it pumps out just the tiniest bit of seed oil. By the way, half a stack. That's about as much seed oil as we're going to get. Now, this does require lava to get started. So get ourselves a bucket of lava. Boom. And it should generate us some power after we turn it on. I think this has to get just enough for like a bucket full. Shh. I don't want people to know I'm kind of cheating right here. There we go. Once you get a bunch of seed oil in there, it'll start to fill this up, and then I'll use all this to generate more power. Which should, of course, increase the amount of seeds it can cook. So now we just get more seeds. We bump it in there. Yeah. Of course, naturally, the best way to get these types of seeds is to have your own automatic farm. And we did have a system set up over there with automatic farms. Yes. Okay, these peat-fired ones. This makes 3 megajoules, and this only does 1 megajoule. So this one is more powerful than these two combined. That's how good biogas ones are. They're quite powerful. In fact, it is powerful enough to keep itself filled up on seed oil as it powers itself. So these are self-sustaining, which is nice. So in order to use the system effectively, we're going to need a large area with farm space. Now, there are automatic farms in Forestry. We could build an automatic one, but those actually require power to use. And since we don't really want to just waste all the power once we have it, we actually like build it up, save it, maybe store some of it, and then do an automatic farm. Let's just have a really big one, and then we'll have the straw minions and the other ones, the wooden minions. We'll have them running around the whole farm, and they'll be bashing and picking stuff up. And that's what we'll do. But in order for that to happen, we need a nice safe place for this crazy contraption, because that's really what it is. It's a crazy contraption. Shit, it's like already done with all those seeds. And so yeah, I'm thinking like a windmill with a big farm around it like you saw in that survival games. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, and we're back from the building. Ta-da, doesn't it look pretty? Or at the very least, it doesn't look boring. That's what I was going for. I go that with everything I do. Not boring. It's good enough. And as you can see, we also did some stuff off the camera. Not because I... well, yeah. So the first thing you might have noticed is this gigantic ass farm with a bunch of dudes running around in it. They basically just bash the wheat. Straw dudes bash the wheat, and that lets them plant seeds. There's seeds missing. There's seeds missing. Boom. That's probably where I jumped on something somewhere. Seeds missing. What is this? Blasphemy! Anyways, what this does is just a bunch of straw dudes running around bashing the crops and a bunch of wood golems going behind them and picking up the crops. Seeds missing. And that's basically how it's going to work from now on. Seeds missing. I'll probably go around and do seeds missing over and over again. By the way, the reason they're growing so goddamn fast is because of these things. Do I still have them? Yes. Lily Pad of Fertility. This is from, I think it's Xeno's Reliquary. And we just go in there, press R. It's a craftable item, so it's not cheating to have a million of them. You make, it's a lily pad with 8 splash potions of fertilizer serum. It's made with a condensed splash potion serum with bone meal. And that's made with netherwort, gunpowder, glowstone, and vial of ordinary water. And so we have bunches of them. That makes crops grow faster to the point of ridiculousness. And we have all those things putting into these chests. This chest is empty. And it's emptying already because, ta-da! I have pipes going from under the chests, under that chest too. And they go, let me put this back. Yes, infinite dirt stack. And they go all the way in the ground. Right about here is a diamond pipe. Diamond pipe says, hey, if your seeds, go in this goddamn squeezer. We have a bunch of seeds. We have to do this quickly or else we'll start like overloading with seeds. And then everything else goes into here, which is wheat. This will be my wheat chest. And now we get to the fun bits, which is this. This is called a multi-tank, an XY Craft multi-tank. Ooh! What makes this different from a regular tank is that the inside will actually all fill up with seed oil. Or brown oil. And that's really cool. There are railcraft multi-tanks, but those can only be made with like certain iron blocks. They are more efficient, but I like, you know, having a bit of a decorative box, almost like a barrel of seed oil. So I chose XY Craft. Now the way this works is you basically have a cube shape. I think it could be like 12 by 12 by 12, but don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it all has to stay in the same chunk or else it won't work. And what you do is you finish it up, you smack down a valve there. There we go. And then if you know it works, you can right click on it and it gives it this blue aura. Now if we right click on it again, it tells us how many units of water or just liquid we can do. We can almost do 1,000,000, which is nice. Alright, so in order for this to work, we're going to need some more wooden pipes. And this one will be going in up there. And we use cobblestone. No, cobblestone. Boom. Then we use stone to come out of this one. And that'll go somewhere, I'm sure. Boom, question mark. Let's make it sunny. Sunshine, happiness. Well, these are built up because the wood dudes like to jump on the chest and then just fling themselves over the fence and they get trapped forever. So I had to kind of do stuff to prevent that. Oh yeah, this was a test just to see if it would work with wood logs. It does work with wood logs. Hooray! It's pumping that in there. And now what we need is have some sort of power going from here to here. So let's have, we can use golden blah 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 pipes. What is this? Golden conductive pipes, mainly because we're very close, but for long distance stuff, like say if we went and had machine stuff all the way on the other side of the village, we cannot use these. They lose not a lot of power, but well, they had to use a lot of power. They kind of suck. Also, if something is already like fully powered, And they kind of explode when they have too much power go through them. But for now, they're good. So we'll just do that. Actually, I kind of want it coming from out here. No. There we go. Click that on. Hello? You powered? Why? Why are you doing that? Oh my god, seeds are going everywhere. What do we do? Do you have to turn on? Is that it? Where's your power? What? Okay, here, fine. So this will work with redstone energy conduits. I can't seem to get it to work with pipes. Which is strange. But whatever, it's working now. Yay, it's going down slowly though. Now it's pumping it out. So I kind of vaguely mentioned it before, but we can't actually use these things. The redstone energy conduits are like the absolute best thing you can use for buildcraft energy. I have no idea why the gold conductive wasn't working. But it's just not. But I'll show you how to make these in the next episode, because that covers thermal expansion. It covers a large part of thermal expansion. Now what we need is several biogas engines, because there's no way they'll keep up with the seed production otherwise. All this power is going into it. I think that's as fast as the seeds can be made. We're gonna need an entirely separate squeezer then. Well, anyways, that just insane amount of screwing about with pipes and engines and stuff. We do have a power source. Eventually, I'll just fill it with seed oil, and then we can use power for other things. We can store power later. I've been doing this for a while now. So if you like this video, I'm gonna teach you guys to get these next time, because apparently these are what work now. I guess I must have done something wrong. Because in the next episode, we're gonna show you guys how to get these in thermal expansion, and hopefully we can see if we can somehow do something about getting power into like storage areas. But until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you around. Bye.